Hey guys, DPG here. And I mean, you know, everything I say is important, otherwise I wouldn't say it, but I think this one's going to be extremely helpful for those of you who are a little less motivated than maybe you could be. Like, what do you do every day when you get up in the morning? And I'm going to share with you a very simple tip that'll help you do the work that you need to every day. And honestly, I don't even know why we call it work, because that's kind of a negative word. You know, why not call it fun? Do the fun stuff you got to do every day to achieve your goals. So as you can see, I am on the track right now. In fact, my hands are so slippery, I just ran. And that is really what inspired me to share this video with you guys. So I haven't been running in years. Like every now and then I would, and then when I get back into it, I would injure myself, and then the injury would fix itself, but I wouldn't start running again because I need a reason. I need a reason to do things. And I think that's probably common for people. They need a reason. Why? Somebody told you, I mean, anything, just some kind of reason. So the reason I'm now on my 5th or 6th straight day of running, and I haven't run in years, is because I've got a reason. And the reason is I'm going to go, a friend of mine said, let's take a trip and do a marathon. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do a marathon, but maybe, do they have a half? Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do the half. But at this point, I don't know what I'm going to do because the running's going pretty well and it feels pretty good. So I've now got a reason to get up in the morning, to leave my gym stuff by the bed so I don't have to think about whether I should get a coffee or put my running clothes on first. You know, trying to eliminate all of the reasons why we don't do things and focus on having a reason to do the one thing that is in line with the goal you currently have. Now, you can have multiple goals, but the more goals you have, the more difficult the prioritization is going to be. Okay, so if you want to book, if you want to be a professional actor, don't just say, I want to be a professional actor, a working actor. Come up with a very clear and specific, singular reason, purpose. So I want to book my first professional acting job on television. You could even limit it to on Netflix or with a particular production company. Anything that allows you to focus and allows you to sort of create a series of steps. In my case, it's getting up and running. And honestly, I don't even have a plan. I'm kind of making it up as I go. I said, well, I'll try and do an extra mile every day, which obviously is not practical, but it worked for the first few days. I went 2 miles, then 3 miles, and then I said, oh, I'll go for 4. Well, 4 was a lot harder. So I did it, but I was sore after. And I thought, well, I can't keep doing that, so I'll go 2, 3, 4, then back to 3. Then the next day I'll try for 5, which is what I'm doing today. But I broke it up. Okay, so when you're doing something that's a bigger thing, like if you want to, talk to some big shot, break that sort of milestone into smaller parts, which makes it easier to manage. But running is simple. You just have to put on your clothes and get out of bed and run. And acting's a little more complex, or at least it can be, but I'm sure you can break it down into very simple steps, like call a production company every single day and introduce yourself and offer your services, offer to distribute their mail, or whatever, answer their email, filter their email, whatever kind of skill you have, offer. Just say, hey, this is who I am. I'm working towards becoming a professional actor, and so I just am trying to get to know people in the business and help out as much as I can, see how it works, etc. So I would just love to offer you my services. They could say no, but in which case you just move on to the next person and then come back around a few weeks later and say, hey, remember me? Because the second call is always much more powerful than the first call, because they've already heard of you, they've already known you, and you haven't done anything wrong, nothing to offend them, nothing dangerous. So the chances are good that they will take your second approach more welcomingly than your first. Anyway, guys, that is all I wanted to get into today, is have a very clear, the smallest possible goal, the better, because it's like, how do I do this? Like, how do I, get downtown? Well, I walk out the door, I hop on the subway, take a bus, take a streetcar, get in my car, whatever it is, that's what you just do it, right? So maybe your first goal, your first day is like, I want to just talk to anybody in entertainment. Now, who am I going to start with? Okay, well, let's get a list of 4 or 5 production companies. I have time to approach that many production companies today, and map it out, or don't even map it out. Just get in the car and go, and look on Google Maps for production companies wherever you are. Start with the closest ones. So wherever you are at any particular time, look for production companies, look for production people, casting people, talent agents. You just need to meet these people and start getting to know them. And then don't listen to a word they say about what you should do, because it's your life. And unfortunately or fortunately, you have to figure things out, and you can make mistakes, but it's up to you. Create a plan, go after the plan, make all the mistakes you want. They're all forgivable, they're all surmountable, and nobody really cares. They're not going to remember you for your mistakes. You know how many takes people do in movies and TV? Hundreds sometimes, and nobody knows about those, and you could say, well, is it the actor's mistake, or is it the producer's mistake, or the director's mistake that made him do it 35 times? Who's bad at their job? Nobody. It's just not exactly the way they want it, and they'll do it until they get it right. And you should learn from that sort of system of take. Do it until you get it right. And I'll leave you with that. And if you want to work with someone like me, well, I don't know anybody like me. So if you want to work with me, get in touch, dpg at davidpatrickgreen.com, or go to my website, davidpatrickgreen.com, and sign up for my newsletter, my emails, and some guides on professional acting. I will talk to you soon.